Hi everybody, welcome to Jake Showcase. Well, as you know, I'm a real advocate of taking care of yourself. That's right, from the foods you eat, to making sure you get the proper exercise, to making sure you dress and groom yourself as best as you possibly can. But one of the key elements of that is making sure you get the right amount of sleep. All throughout my life, I've had some trouble sleeping, and today I'm going to tell you the tips and techniques that I've used in order to get as best a sleep as you possibly can. Sleep is really, really important. The first thing is it allows your mind to relax and allows you to dream, which is really, really good for your thinking. Sleeping also helps you build your muscles during the night and repair any damaged tissues that you've had if you're doing any physical activity. Finally, most importantly, is that, if you get ill, the immune system works best when you're falling asleep, and it goes to work in getting rid of all of the sicknesses that you might have inside of you. Now, they recommend that you get about 8 hours of sleep, or at least that's what it used to be, and it seems to be about 7.5 hours now. But most people in North America get about 6.5 hours of sleep, so in general, people aren't getting enough sleep. However, professional athletes get on average of 8 hours and 3/4 of sleep per night. So there is a high correlation between how much sleep you get and how healthy you are. Of course, there's limits to that too. If you oversleep, then in fact you can be groggy throughout the day because you've overslept. There is sort of like a magic balance that you want to fill. See, as people age, people have a harder time getting to sleep, and so there is sort of a natural tendency for it as you get older and older that you can't quite sleep as much as you used to. But in general, you want to make sure that you're getting as much sleep as possible. This period during my life, I've had trouble sleeping. When I was in high school, I was a real sort of nervous kind of guy, and I'd always get real amped up when it came to exam time. Usually a little bit later in my life, I used to have a lot of anxiety, and I used to party a lot, so a lot of times that cuts into your sleep time too. And even just a general feeling of anxiety. A lot of times I've found that I've had a lot of trouble sleeping, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell you the different techniques that I do to help me get proper amounts of sleep. Basically, when I first realized that I wasn't getting near enough sleep in high school, I was only getting a few hours of sleep per night, right? And I was feeling really upset and really groggy and really really tense, right? And I quickly realized that the whole 8 hours of sleep a night was impossible for me. What I found throughout the years is that what you got to do is when you can't get to sleep is don't worry about it. That's right, your body's going to catch up. Basically what happens is that your body gets so overtired that eventually it'll catch up. Maybe not necessarily in time, but in depth of sleep too, right? So sometimes you can sleep a short time, but you can get a really, really deep sleep, and it really replenishes you. And that happens usually after you're overexhausted and you haven't been getting enough sleep. If you're really having a tough time, what I recommend is that you set an alarm clock for what time you're going to get up at. So what you'll do is no matter which time you pick, right, and when that alarm goes off, you stay awake all day. You don't take any naps until you're going to go to sleep the next night. What that'll do is that'll force your body to be so overtired that you'll basically crash, so to speak, and you'll get a much better sleep the next day or the following day or the day after that. That's right, everybody. Sleep. It's a real important part of taking care of yourself. Right? So make sure you allocate enough time. If you're finding yourself anxious, I highly recommend that you don't worry about it. Let your body take care of it. Just relax as best as you can, and eventually you will fall asleep. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Please don't forget to like my video below and subscribe to my channel up above. I do my videos on Wednesdays. I hope you have a wonderful day.